I know the territory between us very well. I've been mapping it without meaning to for a year. The rooms we don't enter together anymore. The topics that have roads in, but no road through. The subjects I approach and redirect before arrival. The parts of me I've zoned as unavailable, and I didn't draw the map intentionally. Nobody sat down and said, here are the closed territories. They just accumulated the way territories do, through enough detours that the detour becomes the route, through enough redirections that the subject closes before either one of us notices the closure. The understated geography, I know it perfectly. Every avoided subject, every routed conversation. The kitchen we don't have certain talks in. The hour we both know better than to start things. The geography I built while telling myself I wasn't building anything. The understated geography, it's not a wall, it's dozens of slight adjustments that together make a landscape we both navigate around without naming it. You know the map too, I've watched you consult it. The specific pause before you approach certain territory. The decision to redirect, I can see you making in real time. We've both become expert navigators of a landscape neither of us declared. Neither of us would have chosen from a blank map. And expert navigation isn't nothing, we're good at this. We make it through the territory without incidents. We cover the distance every day without collision. I just wanna remember what the original terrain looked like before we navigated so long. But the detours became the geography. The understated geography, I know it perfectly. Every avoided subject, every routed conversation. The kitchen we don't have certain talks in. The hour we both know better than to start things. The geography I built while telling myself I wasn't building anything. The understated geography, it's not a wall, it's dozens of slight adjustments that together make a landscape we both navigate around without naming it. I want to redraw the map. I wanna go back to the territories we closed and open the road through. Not all of them today. One, just find one closed territory and see what happens when we navigate it instead of around it. The understated geography. The understated geography. Understated. We've been a long exposure for 5 years. Not a snapshot, the kind that stays open for minutes, where everything that moves across the frame blurs into suggestion, into motion drill. Only the still things come out clear, and I've been wondering which one of us is still. And the blur isn't failure, long exposures are beautiful. The blurred parts tell you where the movement was, where something crossed the frame with too much energy to be captured in a single moment. I just wanna know, in our photograph, what blurred and what stayed perfectly clear. Long exposure, 5 years with the shutter open. Everything that moved between us showing as light trails. Everything that stayed caught in perfect stillness. The love is there in both, in the blur and the sharp. Long exposure, I can see the still things clearly. The table, the morning, the particular way we are. I just can't see you clearly in the frame when you were always the one who kept moving. perfectly. Every line visible, no suggestion, no trail. You've been in motion so consistently. You appear as light and blur in direction. The photograph holds both of us, but differently. One of us is a streak of color, one of us is furniture, and I don't know which is which today. I've been blurring in different ways. Emotion, more like the blur of something that stopped but left an after image where it stood. Not motion blur, the blur of standing so still. The still became its own kind of movement. Long exposure, 5 years with the shutter open. Everything that moved between the show and his light trails. Everything that stayed caught in perfect stillness. The love is there in both, in the blur and the sharp. Long exposure, I can see the still things clearly. The table, the morning, the particular way we are. I just can't see you clearly in the frame when you were always the one who kept moving. I want to see the photograph when it develops. I wanna know what we look like across 5 years of light. Whether we make something beautiful in the exposure, whether it comes out as two different people in the same frame. One perfectly still, one already somewhere else. No exposure, blur sharp. No exposure, what we look like across the years. Too late, sun in a dark house at 11. Mine on my side, yours on yours. We've been reading separately since the habit formed. I don't remember which one of us started reading in bed. I just know that now there are 2 lights, and each one illuminates exactly one person. And I like reading, I genuinely like it. I like the specific quiet of 2 people reading nearby. I'm just aware that nearby has a different quality than together used to have. That 2 separate lights is a different arrangement than one light for 2 people sharing the same book. The reading light, mine on my side, yours on yours. 2 small suns in the same dark room. Each one warm and private and sufficient for the one person it's meant for. The reading light, we've been comfortable in separate pools long enough that sharing one feels like an intrusion. I'm not sure I'm allowed on a life you've organized carefully around your light. I finished my book last Thursday and lay in the dark, your light still on, you still reading. I watched the pull of your light on the ceiling, the particular warmth of it, the particular reach. And I thought about all the time we spent in the same room in completely separate illumination. And it's not loneliness, I chose my light. I turn it on, I read in it, I turn it off. I choose the pool every night with full agency. I'm just noticing that agency is a different thing from choosing to be in the same pool. And I've been choosing separate so long, I'm not sure which one I actually want. The reading light, mine on my side, yours on yours. 2 small suns in the same dark room. Each one warm and private and sufficient for the one person it's meant for. The reading light, we've been comfortable in separate pools long enough that sharing one feels like an intrusion. I'm not sure I'm allowed on a life you've organized carefully around your light. Can I read in your life for a minute? Not my book, just your light. I wanna be in the same pool as you, even It renews automatically every year, I know that. The email comes in January, I don't open it. The charge appears, I see it on the statement. I don't dispute it, don't think about it much. I've been subscribed long enough that canceling requires more thought than renewing. And I use it, I wanna be clear about that. I'm not paying for something I never touch. I touch it regularly, I rely on it. I just haven't sat down recently and asked, is this still the right subscription for who I am this year? The subscription, I keep renewing it each January. The automatic charge, the email, I don't open. The service I use without thinking about using it, without asking if I choose it now from scratch. The subscription, it's not a bad service, it's actually good. I've always found it good, I just haven't actively chosen it in a very long time. I sat with it last month, actually sat with it. Asked the question, if this weren't already running, would I subscribe to this today? The answer was complicated in a way that made me close the tab and let the January charge go through again. And complicated isn't all I wanna say. That complicated means I haven't decided, means the service has enough value. That canceling doesn't feel right either. I'm just living in the complicated and letting January handle the question for me. Subscription, I keep renewing it each January. The automatic charge, the email, I don't open. The service I use without thinking about using it, without asking if I choose it now from scratch. The subscription, it's not a bad service, it's actually good. I've always found it good, I just haven't actively chosen it in a very long time. I'm gonna open the email this January. I'm gonna sit with the question all the way through. Not the complicated version, the actual one. Do I choose this today, knowing what I know? Not because I'm already subscribed, not because canceling is effortful, but because I actually deliberately want this running in my life. The subscription, the subscription, but I choose it now. I heard you say something at dinner Tuesday, and by the time it reached me, it had changed. Like sound through water, I got the frequency, but not the exact words, not the exact meaning. I watched your mouth finish the sentence and assemble my best version of what you said. And everything moves like this lately. My hand reaches for things and arrives a beat late. Your voice crosses the room and gets there altered. I'm moving through all of it with that specific resistance, the one that's not obstruction, just density. The density of being underwater. Underwater. It's the medium we're in. Same room, same people. Everything's slowed by something. I can see you perfectly clear from here, but the distance between us takes more effort than the air should. Underwater, I love you with this weight in it. Every gesture costs more than it used to cost. Not because I don't mean it, but because I'm moving through something thicker than before. You reached for me across the table last Thursday, and your hand arrived in my arm like something submerged. I felt it, I wanna be clear, I felt it, but through the water layer between us changed somehow. I held your hand the way you hold things underwater. carefully aware of the medium, grateful for the reaching, and I don't know what the water is. I've been trying to name it, the specific thing that makes everything arrive altered, that makes my own voice sound wrong to me, that makes the 12 inches between us take more than 12 inches of effort. Every single time I try to cross, I'm underwater. It's the medium, we're in same room, same people, everything's slowed by something. I can see you perfectly clear from here, but the distance between us takes more effort than air should. Underwater, I love you with this weight in it. Every gesture costs more than it used to cost. Not because I don't mean it, but because I'm moving through something thicker than before. I wanna surface with you, find the thing that in the medium between us before. When everything moved at the speed things should move. When your voice arrived the way you sent it. When reaching was just reaching, and not an act of physical deliberation. Underwater, underwater, There's warmth coming from you, I feel it clearly. I'm not confused about whether it exists. I feel it rising the way heat rises from pavement, real present, absolutely generated by you. I just can't find where it's landing. I reach into the warmth and find air, and rising warmth is real warmth. I know that the thermal is not an illusion, not a performance. It's genuine heat from a genuine source. I just can't collect it in my hands, can't bring it somewhere to stay. It rises and disperses and requires me to keep reaching. Thermal, I feel your warmth above me, rising, present, generated from love that's actually there. I just can't hold it, it moves before I can arrive somewhere useful before it goes thermal. I'm not complaining the warmth isn't real, I'm just not in that warmth that rises without finding somewhere to settle and stay. Is a different thing than warmth that lands. Last week you were warm the whole evening, I felt it. And at the end of the evening I took stock and couldn't locate anything, the warmth that left. It had moved through the hours correctly, had been present at every point I checked, and had arrived nowhere by the end. And I'm not asking for a different kind of love, I'm not asking for the warmth to be other than yours. I'm asking for the thermal to find a surface, some altitude where it settles instead of continuing to rise, where I can stand in it and feel it staying, instead of always in the updraft of something that passes through. Thermal, I feel your warmth above me, rising, present, present, generated from love that's actually there. I just can't hold it, it moves before I can arrive somewhere useful before it goes thermal. I'm not complaining the warmth isn't real, I'm just not in that warmth that rises without finding somewhere to settle and stay. Is a different thing than warmth that lands somewhere. I'm asking for the landing, not the warmth you have, the warmth I feel it. I'm asking for the specific moment where it arrives, where the thermal becomes a room where I can stop reaching up and just be warm. Warmth that keeps has been getting longer. I noticed it first last year, maybe the year before. We start each day at the same address, and by evening I've traveled far enough that the last leg back to you takes more than it used to take. And commutes are normal, I know that. Every relationship has the daily distance, the separate hours that require a return. I'm just tracking that the return distance has grown without us deciding to move further apart. The commute extended itself without announcement. The commute, I'm covering more ground to get back to you. More emotional distance between the morning and the night. More recalibration required at the door before I can be in the same room as you and me at the commute. I'm not complaining about the travel I make, the trip I arrive. I'm glad I arrived. I'm just noting that the journey has gotten longer than I remember it being. Some evenings I'm still mid-commute at dinner, still in the vehicle of my own day, watching you from the distance. I've not quite arrived, nodding at the right moment, saying the right words, and arriving somewhere around 9 p.m. 10 minutes before we both go to sleep. And 10 minutes of real presence is real. I'm not dismissing the 10 minutes, I'm just noting the math. 10 minutes now where we used to have the whole evening, and the whole evening got eaten by the commute extending without either of us deciding to move. The commute, I'm covering more ground to get back to you. More emotional distance between the morning and the night. More recalibration required at the door before I can be in the same room as you and me at the commute. I'm not complaining about the travel I make, the trip I arrive. I'm glad I arrived. I'm just noting that the journey has gotten longer than I remember it being. I want to live closer to you than this. I want the evening to start when I walk in, not 90 minutes after. I want the commute to be the walk from the front door to wherever you are in the apartment, not a full day of distance I have to spend an hour undoing. The commute, the commute, want to live closer. Commute. The love I carry is from a version of me that isn't here. The one who fell for you in 2019. They handed it forward through the years, like something valuable enough to preserve. And I've been carrying it faithfully, without asking too often if it still fits. And heirlooms are real love, I believe that. The love handed down through versions of yourself is still love, still genuine, still connected to the source. I just find myself holding this one lately, turning it over, feeling its weight, asking if I chose it or if it was handed to me. Heirloom, that's what I've been carrying. The love at the 2019 version left me. I keep it carefully, I take it out for the important occasions. I let it represent what we were and what we are. Heirloom. I didn't fall for you today, I'm still falling, but through the version that fell first, the one who passed it forward. this carefully. It matters. The shape of it fits me differently now, not badly, differently. The way inherited things fit. Made for a body that was close to yours, but not exactly yours. Adjusted over time, I've broken it in. I've worn the edges smooth. I just wanna make sure I'm wearing it and not just inheriting it. And there's a version of this question that's disloyal. I wanna be clear, I'm not asking that version. I'm asking the version that honors the heirloom by making sure the person carrying is choosing to carry it instead of just having been handed it by someone who doesn't exist anymore in the same way. Heirloom, that's what I've been carrying. The love that the 2019 version left me. I keep it carefully, I take it out for the important occasions. I let it represent what we were and what we are. Heirloom, I didn't fall for you today, I'm still falling, but through the version that fell first, the one who passed it forward and told me hold this carefully. It matters, I'm choosing it today, this specific day. Not through the 2019 version, through myself right now. I'm saying I see what was handed to me, and I'm keeping it not because I was handed it, but because I held it up to who I am today. And it still means everything. The original man, maybe more. I know what I'm choosing now. The way the first version couldn't have heirloom. Choosing it today. Heirloom. Heirloom. Choosing it today. I found it in February, the loose thread, the thing that if I pull would tell me something about the structural integrity of all the rest. I've been holding this since February, not pulling, not tucking it back in, just holding the thread and being very careful with it. And the holding has become its own kind of living. I know exactly where the thread is at all times. I know what angle to hold it at so nothing catches. I move through the days with this thread in my hand, careful, precise, not pulling, not ready to find out what pulling means. A loose thread, I found it and I've held it since. Too afraid of what pulling does to the fabric, too attached to the whole cloth to risk the unraveling, too worn out to tuck it back and pretend it isn't there. Loose thread, I carry it everywhere with me. This careful knowledge of the one thing that if I'm not delicate with, could change the shape of everything I've built. You don't know I've been holding it, or maybe you do, you've always been perceptive. Maybe you found your own thread and we're both being very careful in the same room with our respective threads. Neither saying I found something, and it's not deception. I want to be clear, I'm not hiding something from you on purpose. I'm just not ready to find out what happens when I pull on it, whether it reveals a small thing that can be repaired, or whether it's the thread that holds the whole thing together. And pulling it unravels something I can't put back together in the same shape. Loose thread, I found it and I've held it since. Too afraid of what pulling does to the fabric, too attached to the whole cloth to risk the unraveling, too worn out to tuck it back and pretend it isn't there. Loose thread, I carry it everywhere with me. This careful knowledge of the one thing that if I'm not delicate with, could change the shape of everything I've built. I think I have to pull it, not because I wanna, because holding it is exhausting. because I've been living in the careful for long enough that the careful is becoming alive. And I'd rather know the shape of what unravels than spend another year being this precise with something I'm afraid to look at directly. Loose thread, loose thread, afraid to pull. Loose thread, I wasn't expecting it on a Wednesday in March. Nothing had changed, same kitchen, same light. You said something ordinary about the window, and I heard it land somewhere it hadn't landed in months. Not extraordinary, just landed. And landing was enough to change the temperature. And I've been in this wariness long enough to know not to trust a single Wednesday. To know that one landing doesn't clear the weather, that dry spells and gray skies don't end in one moment. I'm just nothing that something moved today that hadn't moved in a while. Second wind, I didn't know, I was waiting for it. Something shifted in the middle of an ordinary week. Not fixed, I'm not calling it fixed, not even healed. Something moved, that's all. Second wind, I felt something come back online. Something I've been compensating for without naming a frequency I'd given up finding. Coming back through the static on a Wednesday. You looked at me at 8:45 last Tuesday. The specific look, the one that still knows me. And something in my chest recognized it without calculating, before the diversion could manage the response. I look back, the real look, not the managed one. And for a minute we were in the same room, the right way. And I know what I'm doing, I'm holding it carefully, not over-interpreting, not projecting a restoration, not calling one Tuesday the end of the long gray. I'm just nothing it because it's true, and because nothing true things is different from making more of them than they are. Second wind, I didn't know, I was waiting for it. Something shifted in the middle of an ordinary week. Not fixed, I'm not calling it fixed, not even healed. Something moved, that's all. Second wind, I felt something come back online. Something I've been compensating for without naming a frequency I'd given up finding. Coming back through the static on a Wednesday. I'm not done being tired, I'm not calling a weary over all the distance close. I'm just saying something moved today, and something moving is enough to keep moving toward. I'll take the second wind for what it is, not the end of the long stretch. Just a breath in the middle of it, and you on a Wednesday.